Bill O'Reilly here, Thursday, November 7, 2019. You are listening to the O'Reilly Update. Here's what's happening across our nation. President Trump heats up at a campaign rally in Louisiana. House Democrats say the impeachment probe will go public next week. Jeff Sessions announcing his plan to return to the U.S. Senate if he wins an election. The New York Times stock way down. New study shows the harmful effects of daylight savings time. Also had the message of the day, the real story behind the climate change movement. But first, President Trump addressing a packed crowd in Louisiana, urging voters to toss John Bel Edwards, the only Democratic governor in the South. The commander-in-chief unloading on impeachment during the speech, saying it's just another example of liberal politicians, quote, hoaxes and crimes, unquote. Democrats in the House confirming impeachment will go public next Wednesday. Lawmakers scheduling at least 2 days of hearings on Capitol Hill, questioning Trump staffers on his dealings with the leader of Ukraine. House Intel Chair Adam Schiff, a villain in the eyes of conservatives, will preside over the televised hearing. Former Attorney General Jeff Sessions announcing he wants his old Senate seat back in Alabama. The 72-year-old Sessions has been largely absent since resigning from the Trump administration exactly 1 year ago today. You'll remember he was Attorney General. Despite being the first senator to endorse Donald Trump's campaign in 2016, Jeff Sessions ran into trouble and left the Trump administration with hard feelings because of the Mueller probe. The New York Times stock price dropping 7% after the newspaper confirmed a major decline in advertising dollars. It is down 17%, the Times stock, in 12 months. Their daily circulation has decreased 50%. A new study revealing the harmful effects of daylight savings time. According to researchers at Vanderbilt University, the biannual event can dramatically damage a person's sleep habits, immune system, and their mental health. The concept was first suggested by Benjamin Franklin way back in 1784 to help farmers who needed more daylight to work the fields. In a moment, the message of the day, the real story behind climate change. Right back with it. Millions of Americans have been diagnosed with cancer or a serious illness. If you are one of them and money is a problem, you're not alone. It's simple. If you own a life insurance policy of $100,000 or more, then Life Guide Partners can evaluate your coverage for free to see if you qualify for cash now when you need it the most. Be ready to take down this number. If you own a life insurance policy of $100,000 or more, and you are living with a serious illness, then Life Guide Partners can evaluate your coverage free to see if you qualify for cash now. So write this number down, 1-888-GUIDE-50. Totally free to call. Get rid of those insurance premiums. Stop paying them. Consider turning that life policy into cash. The number again, 1-888-GUIDE-50. 1-888-484-3350. 1-888-GUIDE-50. Call now. A time now for the O'Reilly Update message of the day, climate change. What is the real story? As you know, conservative Americans are a bit skeptical about all the climate change stuff, while liberal Americans say the planet may dissolve in 11 years. That was Jane Fonda's statement this week. So what's really going on here? Well, more than 11,000 scientists have signed an emergency declaration warning that energy, food, and reproduction habits must change immediately for every human being on the planet. Now, this petition or declaration, whatever you want to call it, was printed in the scientific journal Bioscientist. It's based on climate scientists who believe that, quote, there needs to be far fewer human beings on the planet, that we must stabilize a population and decrease the presence of people all over the world in order to reduce carbon emissions. Now, this seems to be kind of extreme because population growth is static in the developing world, and in the third world, it really doesn't matter what you do because there's no media to drive what a campaign should be. Now, the study about climate change finds population will increase by about 80 million people every year, and the Earth will pay a big price. So, fertility rates must come down or we're all in big trouble. Now, in America, Senator Bernie Sanders supports the concept of reproductive rights helping with global warming. He's actually rationalizing that abortion is a good thing because of climate change. Now, let's listen to Sanders. He says, quotes, "In poor countries around the world where women do not necessarily want to have large numbers of babies and where they can have the opportunity through birth control to control the number of kids they have is something I very, very strongly support," unquote. So that means that Senator Sanders, if he were president, would basically say, hey, the United States is going to give everybody all over the world birth control. As far as abortion is concerned, he can't do anything outside of the U.S. borders. However, inside, Bernie Sanders would have no limits at all on abortion and actually thinks it's a good thing. The Green New Deal, you've heard about that, and that is a Democratic platform. It wants to eliminate fossil fuels within 10 years. That would eliminate 3.4 million U.S. jobs. It wants to build high-speed rail between major U.S. cities, but California couldn't do that between L.A. and San Francisco, and they wasted billions of dollars trying. They want to overhaul U.S. farming for sustainability. I have no idea what that means. And finally, the total cost of the Green New Deal, $93 trillion. Whoa! That's $73,000 per household. So I say we have to get the climate change thing under control. Yes, pollution is bad. Yes, we need to take a hard look at it. No, we don't want to go crazy. Coming next, something you might not know. It's an uncertain world out there, you know that. Disaster can strike at any time. So you need to be prepared to protect yourself and your family. One way to do that is with freeze-dried food. It tastes good. It's healthy. Can be stored for 25 years. That's why I'm happy to tell you about a company I recommend, Wise Foods. I have experience with them myself. During Superstorm Sandy, I lost power for 7 days. All of my refrigerated food done. But my food supply from Wise Foods was as fresh as the day I received it. Visit Wise Food Storage, one word, wisefoodstorage.com/Bill, and explore their starter kits and long-term emergency food options. They are even offering free shipping plus a big discount of 25% off for my listeners. So please go to wisefoodstorage.com/Bill, wisefoodstorage.com/Bill, or you can call 855-269-0501. That's 855-269-0501. Now the O'Reilly Update brings you something you might not know. Founded in the United Kingdom in 1946, Mensa, the oldest high IQ society in the world. More than 120,000 members around the globe, 56,000 here in the USA. Members are incredibly diverse: men, women, children, scientists, actors, truck drivers, farmers, ages ranging from 2 to 106. But they all have one thing in common: genius IQs in the 98th percentile of the world's population. Those interested in joining Mensa must put logic and deductive reasoning to the test. Every potential member is subjected to a 2-hour, 2-part exam. Sound tough? It is. And here are a few famous Americans who made the cut. Actress Geena Davis, the Thelma and Louise star, has an IQ above 140. No surprise, the society has its fair share of authors, Joyce Carol Oates among them. Miss Oates publishing more than 60 books and short stories to date, winning the National Book Award in 1970. That wasn't enough. She also teaches at Princeton. If you've ever seen a Dilbert cartoon, you've seen the work of Mensa member Scott Adams, drawing the comic since 1989. Dilbert appears online and in 2,000 newspapers across 65 countries. Mr. Adams famously predicted Donald Trump's election in 2016. Next, funny man Steve Martin. You might not expect this wild and crazy guy to make the cut, but Martin is an accomplished actor, playwright, author, bluegrass musician. He was even on the dating game in the 1960s, although I'm not sure that would apply to the Mensa organization. The organization has had its share of tough guys. Decorated U.S. Army veteran Norman Schwarzkopf is a Mensa member. Stormin' Norman was awarded 3 Silver Star medals, 2 Purple Hearts, the Legion of Merit. He also earned a master's degree in mechanical engineering. Americans have more Mensa members than any other country on earth, but here's something you might not know. Yours truly, your humble correspondent, has written 20 books, but I'm no Mensa guy. However, you can check out The United States of Trump. I think you'll like that one. Back after this. Forget Russian hackers and elections for a moment, please. This is worse. Cyber thieves are stealing American homes. Guess where your home's legal title and mortgage documents are kept? Online. Wide open. Your signature and everything thieves need to take over ownership of your home is easily available online. Thieves forge your name off the title, then refile the deed so it appears you sold it. Then they go to unscrupulous lenders and borrow money using your home's equity. Then they disappear, and you get stuck with the payments. Banks, insurance, and identity theft programs do not protect you. Home Title Lock does. Home Title Lock puts a virtual firewall around your home's title and mortgage, and they monitor the black market to see if your home is for sale. Your home equity is your retirement, your emergency fund. Let me help protect it with 60 risk-free days of Home Title Lock. So please go to HomeTitleLock.com and enter your address to see if you're already a victim. Defend yourself at HomeTitleLock.com. HomeTitleLock.com. Thank you for listening to the O'Reilly Update. I am Bill O'Reilly. No spin, just facts, and always looking out for you.